criminals have been caught in a further act of seditious treason. General Zod, your only feeling was contempt for our society. Your only desire was to command. Ursa, the only feeling you showed was for your vicious general. Your only wish to rule at his side. Don, you are as without thought as you are without voice. This council has no hesitation in proclaiming you all
guilty. 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 Guilty.
Movies, because Jack O'Halloran, man, talk about a guy who cut his teeth in crazy.
Wow, I'd love to hear his stories.
He was on, so he did a movie for a friend of mine, Dick Richards, too, a French Foreign Legion film called March or Die. And
I remember March or Die, Gene Hackman.
Yeah, Gene Hackman, right. And underappreciated, one of the few films about the Legion that comes across as completely believable. I mean, Beau Jest, I guess, is the go-to Legion film. You know, and the Legion having all this sort of mysticism around it. But yeah, Gene Hackman, speaking of Superman, Lex Luthor. And I love that moment where he's going down the beachfront property map and he goes, Otisburg. And he goes, Otisburg?
It's just a little town.
Yeah, Otisburg.
So, problem. How to make the land more valuable between the time you buy it and the time you sell it. Now, this is California, the richest, most populous state in the Union.
I don't need a geography lesson from you, Luthor.
Oh, yes, of course, you've been there. I do forget you. Get around, don't you? Where was I?
California.
California, right. The San Andreas Fault. Maybe you've heard of it.
Yes, it's the joining together of two land masses. The fault line is unstable and shifting, which is why you get earthquakes in California from time to time.
Wonderful. Couldn't have said it better myself. Everything west of this line is the richest, most expensive real estate in the world. San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco. Everything on this side of the line is just hundreds and hundreds of miles of worthless desert land, which just so happens to be owned by
Lex Luthor Incorporated.
Now, call me foolish, call me irresponsible. It occurs to me that a 500 megaton bomb planted at just a proper point would
destroy most of California. Millions of innocent people would be killed. And the West Coast, as we know it, would
fall into the sea. Bye-bye, California. Hello, new West Coast, my West Coast. Costa del Lex, Lutherville, Marina del Lex, Otisburg. Otisburg?
Where's this monster? She's got her own place, man.
Otisburg?
It's a little bitty place.
Otisburg?
Okay, I just wipe it off, that's all. It's a little town.
You're a dreamer, Lex Luthor. A sick, twisted dreamer. Your plan couldn't possibly work.
I'll admit there were a few problems. Adjusting the precise trajectory of the missile. Finding the optimum stress point for the fault line itself. Which, by the way, is target 0, right here.
Ooh.
Only the way Hackman can do it. Like, no one blew a fuse like Hackman could blow a fuse, you know, on screen anyway. Pretty good Lex Luthor, I think.
You know how he won, you know how he won Hackman over? Dick did.
How?
When Hackman met with Donner to be Lex, he had a mustache. And Dick said, well, of course you're going to shave the mustache, you know, and because bald-headed too. And Hackman refused. He said, there's no way I'm taking this off. And so I think a month went by when they were starting production, and Hackman showed up with his mustache. And Dick had one by then too. And he still refused to shave it off. So Dick said, look, Gene, I'll make you a deal. You shave yours off, I'll shave mine off. And so Gene thought for a minute and went and shaved it off. So he came back to Dick and said, oh, he was clean shaven, and he said, okay, it's your turn. And Dick peeled his mustache off and gave it to him. And Hackman loved that. He just thought that was the greatest thing. So
Brilliant.
From then on, and in fact, his producer role in Get Shorty, his character is based on Donner.
Perfect.
Your road to redemption is paved with tombstones. No quarter, kill all masters. Go to noquarterkillallmasters.com. Rated R.